Math!
Okay, to start lesson 1 out, we are determining which of the geometric objects are scaled versions of each other. So take a minute to look at each of the objects and determine which ones could be scaled copies of one another. Okay, so A and B are scaled copies. Okay. C, E, and K are scaled copies. So C, E, and K. D and I. Okay, and what else could be scaled copies of each other? G, J, and L. So G, J, and L. So number 2, it asks you to pick 2 objects and find the scale factor. Okay, so let's do A and B. So A had a base of 6 units and B had a base of 3 units. So that means A times what scale factor would give me 3? So 6 times what is 3? 1/3, 1/2, I'm sorry. So the scale factor from A to B. So A to B, scale factor is 1/2. What if I went from B to A? What would be my scale factor? Okay, it'd be 2 because it would be the reciprocal. Good. Okay. Okay, 1.2. So it says one standard size for the U.S. flag is 19 feet by 10 feet. So on the flag this size, the Union is 7 5/8 feet by 5 3/8 feet. Let's just think about for the classroom. So what would be an appropriate size for the classroom flag? Okay, so let's just say I wanted the side that was 10 feet to be 2 feet. It was 19 to 10, and I want this side length to now be 2 feet. So 10 times what is 2? I know 10 divided by 5 is 2, so therefore 10 times the reciprocal, 1/5 is 2. So therefore you want to multiply 19 by 1/5 as well, which would be what dimension? Okay, so it'd be 3.8. So now my flag is 3.8 feet by 2 feet. So the Union, which is the blue rectangle, if I scaled my side lengths by 1/5, what will my Union now be? If you want, you can change your Union to decimal lengths. So 7 5/8 would be 7.625. And then 5 3/8 would be 5.375. Okay, so 7.65, when I scale it by 1/5, would now be what size? Okay, so now it's 1.525 feet. So 7.625 times 1/5 gives me 1.525. Okay, so now the side that's 5.375 feet. What would that size now be? So 5.375 times 1/5 is 1.075 feet. So we're not going to worry about 2. So now we got to figure out what percentage is the union. So what percentage of the flag is taken up by the union? So first, for percentage, what does that mean? What is a percentage? Okay, a percentage is a rate per 100. So if I have all of something, I have 100% of it. So I have the full amount. So let's want to know what percentage of the flag is taken up by the union. So first we need to find the area. So what would be the area of the flag? So the area of the flag would be 19 times 10, which is 190 feet. Okay, what about the union? 7.625 by 5.375 feet. So what would be that area? The area of the union is 7.625 times 5.375, okay, which is 40.98 and some more decimals. For this problem, we're just going to go ahead and round that to, we're going to do approximately 41 square feet. So if the union is 41 square feet and the flag is 190 square feet, what percentage would 41 feet be? Okay, so there's a couple different ways we can do this. One way would be to set up a proportion. So we have not learned that quite yet, but I will show you. So our percentage is always going to be out of 100. And we want to set that equal to, so they're equivalent ratios. And we know 100% is out of 190 feet. So the number on top is going to be our partial amount, and the number on bottom would be the total amount of the 100%. So for this problem, 100 is always going to be at the bottom on the right side because we know it's out of 100%. So our total area, our whole amount, is 190 feet. And what would be our part? Okay, it should be 41. So we want to know the part of the union is what percentage of 190. Okay, so now we don't know what percentage it is, so that's our unknown amount, which is what we have variables for. So now to solve our proportion, you can find which number you multiply across by, or you can cross multiply. So one way to do that would be 41 times 100, which gives us, sorry guys, I don't know why it's being so shaky. 41 times 100 is 4100. And then we have 190 times x. Well, we don't know what that number is yet, but we can simplify it by 190x. Okay, so now we need to set these equal. So realize this is not part of number 2 yet. So we have 41 times 100, which is 4100. And we need to set that equal to 190x. Okay, so now we know that 190 times something would give us 4100. So think about, like your fact families. If I know 190 times something is 4100, how would I determine what that number is? Divide. So divide by 190. So 190 divided by 190 is 1. So that leaves me with 1x. And then I have to do the same thing over here because it's an equal sign. So I have to keep it balanced. If I do something to one side of the equal sign, I have to do the same thing on the other. So 190 would have to be divided over here as well. Okay, so I have 4,100 divided by 190, which gives me what? Okay, it gives me 21.5789. And we'll just round that to 21.6. So that means our x is equal to 21.6, which tells us our answer is 21.6%. So our union takes up 21.6% of the flag. Okay, we're not going to worry about number 2 right now. Okay, so lesson 1 summary. So if you have a painting that is 15 feet wide and 5 feet high, to sketch a scaled copy of the painting, the ratio of the width to height has to be equivalent. So we're still working with equivalent stuff here. Equivalent to 15.5. So you can set up proportions like I showed you here, or you can continue doing what we have done and make a table. So we know that the height was 5 and the width was 15, and we want the scaled copy to be 2 feet wide. So what would we have to do to determine the new height? Well, we know that we have to figure out what we multiply going across. So to do that, we would do 5 divided by 15, which would give you 1/3. So that means I'm multiplying across by 1/3. So 1/3 times 2 now. So 2 times 1/3, which gives you 2/3. So h is 2/3. Therefore, our new height is 2/3 feet. Okay, so now you're going to work the practice problems for lesson 1.